BY's so conscientious and he's so tough, and I thought a lot of the things that had been emphasized in terms of, all right, here's where we take a step forward, that practice preparation, that practice performance led to game reality for him.
Byron Young!
BY led the way today, and I was really proud of him.
Agent Zero back for more.
Joining me today on episode 1 of Behind the Blitz, he is entering his 3rd season as a pass rusher for the Los Angeles Rams. He has a combined 15.5 sacks in his first 2 seasons, and in his rookie year, he recorded the most sacks by a Rams rookie since NFL great Aaron Donald did in 2014. It is Byron Young. Byron, thanks so much for joining me today. How's everything going?
Everything going good. I appreciate you having me.
For sure. I want to get right into it by telling a little bit of your story because it's truly amazing to see how far you've come from high school all the way to the NFL, now entering your 3rd year. A lot of people see, a player who could get to the quarterback and produce at the highest level, but from what I understand, the journey wasn't always easy. You're the youngest of 13 siblings, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So football wasn't even in the equation when you graduated high school in 2017. You were working at Burger King and Dollar General at one point until 2019. You saw a flyer for a tryout at Georgia Military College. Took that tryout, you ran with it, balled out, and you crushed it academically. Got to the SEC level. You were receiving offers from Georgia, Auburn, Alabama. Landed at Tennessee. What a whirlwind of events. And then you wind up balling out at Tennessee, getting drafted in the 3rd round by the Rams. What a journey. But I do want to ask, because this draft got a little wild, right? There's 2 Byron Youngs selected within 7 picks of each other. And I read that the Raiders texted your agent saying they were going to draft you, and then they retracted that. So is that true? Can you tell me a little bit about that moment and ultimately the moment you got the call from the Rams and saw your name on TV?
Yeah, man. It was something that for months I was kind of thinking about because I knew, that could happen. One of us could go before each other. But I actually knew him. We trained together at Exo's pre-draft, so I met him. We was talking a little bit, but we trained together and stuff. But in that moment, it was like my agent texted me and I started getting my stomach started, like getting happy and stuff, started smiling, and then he just said, yeah, the Raiders. He said, congratulations, the Raiders. They're gonna take you right here, and I'm just getting happy. I was as soon as I'm texting back, I was about to say, how do you know this? Like, don't they supposed to call me first? Then he texts me back. I'm like, oh, never mind. They texting the wrong agent, and in that moment, I don't know. I just kind of got crushed and was thinking like, what if I don't go? And I'll be telling the story like, oh, I thought I was going 3rd round. But yeah, in that moment, it was pretty hard because when they said my name, my family started cheering. So it was something I just had to take, on the chin. I just told them, yeah, it wasn't me, But 7 picks later, they came back and gave me an, it was just like a relief of just everything I, went through, and you was just telling my journey and everything I've been through, and just believing in myself and having a weight on my shoulders of that, just being an older guy and 25 years old, going to the draft, like that's not something that's likely to happen, often. So it's like, for me, it was so much pressure, and I just, I had faith in myself and I just always believed though. But that moment when I just started crying because it was just, I was just happy. I'm just happy, everything I work hard for, just the moment. And, it finally came true. So.
Yeah, like you said, drafted 7 picks later to the Rams. I think it worked out pretty well. Seemed
Yes.
to be in a good situation. And in your rookie year, you had a full circle moment. Like I said, most sacks since a Rams rookie, for a Rams rookie since Aaron Donald. That's elite company. But it was also his final season, and you shared the field with him. What was Aaron like as a teammate, and did you take anything from his habits, not only on the field, but also off the field?
Great teammate, great mentor. Just watching the way he go about himself as a pro. Um, the way he go about business, the way he, run games and stuff, the way he, motivate the team, it was just amazing. It was inspiring and stuff like that, just to take notes from the great. But something he told me was, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's gonna happen. What I'm saying? That's how you learn from it. So I always try to remember that. And you're not gonna be perfect. Things are gonna happen. Mistakes gonna happen. That's the only way you could grow from it though. So just my experience playing with him, just being thankful that I could be around that type of company, for my rookie year, and just picking from his brain sometimes and stuff like that and watching him be great. It definitely inspired me to be better.
Yeah, being with him in your rookie year, I'm sure was awesome to help you kind of adapt to that level and learn from what he does and put that into your process. And a lot of guys talk about their welcome to the NFL moment. I know I saw earlier Cooper DeJean was saying his welcome to the NFL moment was trying to guard Adam Thielen last year against the Panthers. What was your welcome to the NFL moment if you had one?
It's funny because actually, it's kind of what AD. So it was this play that happened. The Seattle Seahawks. We played them, and it was the second time, and it was like this. It was a running back running the ball. It was kind of like a stretch play. So I had contained, so I'm running him down and like about to be a TFL, and he just kind of brushes me off of him. So I kind of like, if you see the play, it looked like I just ran by him, and it's kind of embarrassing. But he kind of like brushed me off him, and I kind of fell, and then AD made the play. So it was a TFL. So every Monday you go over like the head coach go over the plays that was positives, basically the TFLs and SAG. So he going over the play with AD with AD and I just said, oh my god, I hope he don't play this. I hope he don't play it. So he played the play that it showed me like getting like pushed by, and then he kept on like rewinding. Like he like that say like he just kept on rewinding like 15 times. And everybody just looked back at me. I'm just sitting there sweating like, oh my goodness. So embarrassing. But it was like it was one of those moments where it was like, yeah, just gotta learn, live and learn. But nah, that's definitely something that definitely was my welcome to the NFL moment. Yeah.
Yeah, AD retires in 2023 after your rookie season. Team drafts Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. Both make instant impacts. Now it's you, Verse, Fisk, Kobe Turner. What's the vibe like in that D line room? You guys are all young, very young core four on that defensive line. How do you guys kind of mesh?
Really just energetic. Everybody just want to eat. Everybody want to get better. Like it's crazy. We feed off each other. Like when we in a walkthrough, when we doing something, when we see something on the field, whatever, like we talk to each other. We communicate. Like if we see something, it's supposed to be this type of pass rush, whatever, we could, communicate with each other, just let each other know. Like if we see some, just kind of let them know that like we might do this move, we might do that move, and just working with each other. And I think that's why we have so much success with each other because like we want to see everybody be better. And like our mindset is, we don't want to let our brother down. So we feel like in our heart, if we do something wrong, if we miss a rep, or we do a rep, or we miss a meeting, or we show up late for a meeting, we don't give our all in practice. We feel like we letting the brother beside us down. So that's kind of how we think about it. And, just playing with Jared versus Fisk, they rookie years and they already just accomplishing so much, and already being pros. So it was so easy to just connect with those guys.
There's a lot of rankings going around right now. There's top quarterbacks, top running backs, but top defensive line units. How do you think you guys stack up against other teams in the NFL?
Top defense, I feel like we at the top for sure. We definitely like no less than top four in my opinion. Like I feel like we definitely up there. It's a lot of great D lines in there, but I definitely think we up there in the top five.
Going back to last season now, you came so close to a Super Bowl appearance. You were less than a quarter away. Walk me through just the emotions of that, the heartbreak, the impact that it left. What was going through your mind when there was a minute and a half left? The offense had the ball down in Eagles territory with a chance to send you guys to the Super Bowl. Just walk me through all the emotions of that game and how you took it afterwards.
It was pretty heartbreaking, honestly. I'm always have faith in my guys and the quarterback and receivers, and in that moment it was like we got Matthew Stafford at quarterback, so it's like this is a Hall of Fame quarterback. We seen him do this before, and like you just knowing the type of guy he is, and what he brings to the team. Like I'm always gonna have faith in him. So that moment right there, like everybody was thinking the same thing I was thinking. I was thinking what they was thinking that we was gonna end up, advancing. But it didn't happen that way. Things that's how it goes sometimes. But I definitely always have faith in my guys, and just that moment, definitely a lot of emotions. Wasn't looking for the season to end that early, but sometimes that's how it goes. But just I'm looking forward to this year, and building off that because that said a lot about our team last year. Like, everything we've been through and just the way adversity and the way we bounced back, the way we came from being 1-4 and we came back and being division challenge. So like, I got so much confidence in my guys and the quarterback and everything, that we got going. So
Stafford, ultimate closer. He's shown it time and time again. He
yes.
can do it. That game was in Philly at the Link, one of the most hostile environments in the NFL. Obviously, you had the back and forth between Verse and the fans. Did you have any crazy fan interactions that game or any that stand out from your first 2 years?
I mean, a little bit from that game because I'm always with Verse. We always together. So it's like they was throwing snow at birds, so they was hitting me. We were walking through the tunnel and they was just talking trash. So I'm with Verse, so I'm gonna have his back all the time. So I'm gonna talk trash with him. So that's kind of what was happening. But no, it was great. You know, they fans is definitely passionate. But yeah, it was definitely a lot of trash talk, and we just going back and forth with the fans. But I'm always right with my brother. So.
Yeah, before this, we were talking a little bit about your Pilates. You have a whole Instagram highlight titled Pilates. So, from what I can assume, you've really taken it up and you enjoy it. So, how did you get into it, and what about it do you think kind of translates to the field? Obviously, working on the core and your balance and everything. How do you think that translates to the field?
Um, well, I got into it back in February. Started doing Pilates, called Souls Pilates with Stephanie, and she DM'd me back on IG back in January, and I just kind of took it on and tried it out. And I felt like it was challenging, but for me, I'm a competitor, so doing something challenging, I'm always step up to the plate. So it was challenging, so I continued to do it, and I just seen a lot of improvement on myself and my body, being more leaner, being more stronger in areas that I didn't know I was strong in, core. Just helping myself on the field is, being more my form and everything with running, bending the edge, stability, just being in my stance for a long period of time. But it definitely helping with all of that with my knees and stuff. So that's something I took on this year to help give myself a best chance for this upcoming season. My first time doing Pilates, but it became a hobby for me. I really like it. Like I said, I see the improvement with my body and everything, being a lot more stronger with my knees and stuff, and a lot more flexible. So.
Yeah, and that's ultimately going to help you stay healthy too. They say the best ability is availability, and I think that'll help big time. But beyond that, beyond Pilates, what were you focused on this off season that maybe you had to work on from last season and you want to put on the field this year?
What I say? I say just being better with, my craft and everything. I feel like I was focusing a lot on that, being consistent with that. I felt like during the season I'll be pretty good and kind of like get off track. I just want to be more consistent. So me just preparing myself for moments like that. So that's why I really was trying to improve on this offseason, just being more consistent, talking to the coaches. They believe in me. They seen what I could do, but they just wanted see me take that to the next step, take another step in that and be more consistent, just be more dominant the guy they know I could be.
You said next step. What is the next step for you? Do you have any individual goals this season? Maybe a 10 plus sack season, a Pro Bowl selection. What's in your sights individually?
For sure, I want all the bowls, like Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, All Pro, and everything like that. That's something that I'm always reach for the highest. Definitely want to be in the double digit sacks for sure. That's always something that I always want to accomplish. But at the end of the day, it's not always just a number. It's just me just being the best I could be out there and improving from last year. Like my rookie year, I wanted to be better. My year two, now I want to be better in year three. So that's kind of every year my goal, just to take a step and just actually like be consistent and just do that. Help out my team in every way I can, no matter what it is.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed looking through your social media profiles, your Instagram, I've noticed you really give back to the community when you can. What does that mean to you? And do you have any long-term goals off the field in that space? Something that maybe when you're done with football you want to do in the community? What does that look like?
Definitely. My community is something that's really important to me. It's right next to family. Just like everything I do is like for my family, is for the community. So giving back is something I love to do. I love to go back to my old elementary schools, my old high schools, and just talk to the kids and just be a resource for them. Growing up, I didn't always have that. So being someone that they could look up to literally and that they could kind of pick my brain, ask me questions, I could be that type of resource for them. So that's something that I always wanted to do. And this weekend, actually Saturday, I'm doing a back to school drive. I'm giving away 300 backpacks. Shout out to Dollar General for supporting me and donating all the school supplies. But that's something I'm doing back at my elementary school in South Carolina. But for the future, for me, I want to open up a program that could help kids, be a resource for them, in any way, shape, or form. After school programs, things like that. I want to be a resource for them, for they could go there. It's something that I didn't have when I grew up. I just want to be that for them. And it's for me, it's all about helping people out and about the kids. So
Yeah, that's amazing, helping the kids out, shaping the future, not only in football and in the country and just overall. You know, what would you say to a kid that's maybe watching this right now that says, I want to be where Byron Young is today in the future? What would you say to them to get to where you are now?
I'd say dedication and hard work and believe in yourself. Really big on believing in yourself because I feel like that's one of the things that some people and like myself, I feel like at one point I didn't, and I kind of like that a little bit. But believing in yourself and knowing that you could get there, regardless of what anybody say, because at the end of the day, people gonna say what they say. They're gonna be outside noise. But if you believe in yourself, it don't matter what the critics say. They get down on you all they want, but you control your destiny. Just got to be determined, a hard work, and really believe. Like you gotta actually trust the process. So I'll say number one, believe in yourself for sure, and and just sticking to the course, and don't worry about the outside noise.
Yeah, let's talk some pregame fits now. You got some unique looks walking in the
Yeah.
tunnel. What was your favorite, if you had to pick one, what was your favorite fit from your first 2 years? And do you have anything special planned for this coming season?
I'm gonna start with a favorite fit. It was the one. It was actually the last game I had on a Prada fit. It was the Prada tie and having Prada shoes, and it was just a fit that I definitely liked so much because the all black, I love all black, and then I had on a vest, and it was just so it was like a business, I had a Louis Vuitton bag, so it was like I had the Prada shades, and it was just like a statement, and that definitely was my favorite fit, and this year I definitely got some stuff coming up, I'm always into fashion, definitely always looking at different websites, trying to find different things, different looks on me. But I love trying different outfits on different type of styles.
A little bit of a tough one here. Outside of you, who do you think's the best dressed on the Rams?
I'm definitely had to go with Q Lake, Quinn Lake. He be playing everything together. Like his fits, like that's something he looked forward to. Like he definitely like before the season it was my rookie year. He was just looking forward to dressing up and stuff. And then he came out this past year and just had some dope fits. But he for sure like the best dress on the team for sure.
Now, who on the Rams do you think needs to step up their fashion game a little bit?
What's his name? Bo Lemington. It was funny because Bo he never be dressing, but it was one time like he just always like wear shorts and he kind of have like just around stuff on regular, Then I think it was one game he dressed up. He kind of wore some cowboy boots, had on the shades. But nah, Bo he a cool dude though for sure. But I'll say Bo.
Well, maybe he'll work on it for this season. Now, you and Puka broke out your rookie seasons. Jared broke out last year. Who's a young Rams player you think is going to turn heads this year that maybe fans aren't talking about enough?
A young rookie.
Doesn't have to be a rookie. It could be just a younger player who, you think they're just going to take their game to the next level.
I say Nick Hampton. Nick Hampton, he came into class with me and Uh, me and him play the same position, and he definitely a guy that's like I take notes from, and I watch him, and every day he go in hard, like at practice, talking about technician with the hands. But he's definitely a guy that I feel like will have a breakout season, give him more opportunities to get some reps in and stuff. But look out for Nick Hampton. I'm telling you, like he's came from App State, met him from South Carolina. I'm watching him grind this off season. We could be doing different things like yoga together and stuff like that. And I'm just watching him, improve every day and just get hungrier about a minute. So he definitely gonna. I'm looking forward to that.
Couple of quick hitters here as we wrap things up from the fans. What's your go-to pregame song if you had to pick one?
Go to pregame song. I say Finito, probably Finito by Chief Keef. I'll say that one probably.
You have 15 and a half sacks in 2 seasons. Which one's been your most memorable sack?
Because when we played the Vikings. Oh, actually, no, not the first time, though. Not the first time when allegedly I grabbed his face, man, but not that one. But I'm talking about the second game when I had 1.5 sacks. When I sacked him, it was the first drive, and it was like the third play, and I got the sack, and it was just like doubt right there because I just definitely just put my head down and wanted to be a tone setter. Feel like I set the tone with that sack.
For sure. And if you could pick one QB all time to sack, who would it be?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, you said all time, like
All time. It could be Joe Montana, could be
oh,
Lamar
Tom Brady, Tom
Jackson,
Brady,
Tom
Tom Brady.
Brady.
Yeah, Tom
And
Brady.
you're known for your speed off the edge. You ran a 4.440, which is insane. What's your favorite pass rush move outside of, bending the edge and getting around the corner?
Outside of that, pass rush move, I say the cross chop. I love the cross chop. Whether I'm going inside or outside, that's one of my moves that I love, and it looks good when you're doing it too. Like if you see somebody, like you'll know if it's a cross chop. It's just fancy, it's dope, it got swagger to it. So I say that.
And last quick hitter here, who's the toughest offensive lineman that you've had to go against so far?
Mm, mm. Toughest offensive lineman. I say it'll be out of I'll say probably Panay Sue. Panay Sue. He was pretty Panay probably Panay Sue, yeah.
He's versatile too. He's out here catching touchdowns.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely a guy that love going against, definitely looking forward to going against him again.
Yeah, for sure. And to tie things up, and thank you again for coming on. Who's someone that you think I should have on an upcoming episode? It could be a player, a coach, a teammate, anyone around the game. Doesn't have to be on the Rams. Who's somebody you think should deserve this spotlight?
I'll say Anthony Belton. He just got drafted this year. My JUCO brother from Georgia Military, he got drafted to the Green Bay Packers, but went second round. But he's another guy you should definitely people need to know about because he's going to be a beast upcoming years.
NC State alum, right?
From C State, yes sir. You know about him. I love
Yes,
it.
sir. Byron, had an awesome time chopping it up with you today. Really appreciate you taking the time, share your story, your mindset, everything you've got going on, both on and off the field. Wishing you nothing but success this season. I know everyone watching this will be following along, and best of luck. Thanks again for joining me on Behind the Blitz.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.